You're listening to the True North Success Podcast. Real stories of personal, professional, and financial wins from Alberta's best. With your hosts, Gary Ma and Amy Kim.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, my special guest is Jhon Lopez. He's a strategic project manager with over 20 years of experience spearheading digital transformations and enterprise system initiatives, specializing in Oracle ERP, CRM, and SaaS environments. He has a proven track record of leading high-stakes projects across the public sector, engineering, and technology industries. Jhon is recognized as a momentum builder who excels in complex, fast-changing landscapes by aligning people, processes, and technology to drive measurable business value. Having spent nearly 18 years at Worley, he led enterprise-wide integrations and project management office initiatives on a global scale. A human-centered leader, Jhon focuses on fostering psychological safety and accountability to turn multicultural teams into competitive advantages. It is my pleasure to have Jhon Lopez on the show today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much for that warm introduction.
So, Jhon, I gave a quick interview of your success, but can you fill in the details of what you do, who you serve, and how long you've been doing this for?
Yeah, of course, Gary. Like you said, I have been over 20 years working on the IT and technology project space,
Mm-hmm.
working in different areas, different industries. So before I joined Worley, I work in the education industry back in my country in Colombia, where I'm
Mm-hmm.
from. And I started my career, my early years of my career to work in IT projects, but then also on the education side. So I had the opportunity to be a university instructor, which was a
Okay.
great opportunity for me
Yeah.
to learn even more and discover more about my passion about delivering services, helping people. So when I moved to Canada and joined Worley, I had a tremendous opportunity to work in multiple projects, technology projects, client-facing projects, where I learned a lot. I learned how to deal with difficult situations, to deliver services and value to our customers. But the most important thing was to get to know a lot of people and
Mm.
I met a lot of people from many different countries, learn more cultures and understand how things are very different in our countries. And
Mm-hmm.
when we came to Canada and we joined all of this, our knowledge and it's very diversified. It really enriched my life. So I really enjoy doing that and being at service for people. It was a great opportunity.
Right. Well, that's very cool. Like moving from Colombia to Canada, that must have been a huge change. Lots of learnings. What was kind of your driving force to get into IT when you first started?
Yeah, 25 years ago, computers and systems engineering was the wow thing, the new thing. So
Okay.
I jumped into it. It really got my attention. And the more you know, went deep and deep and deep on the IT space, I realized how much opportunities to really help people and companies with IT, with the technology. 20 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, technology was not as advanced as today, but still, we really had that chance and opportunity to help. So that really motivated me to continue through that line. But with this little trick of caring about people.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, and speaking out of my experience in many of the projects I work on, initially the companies or the clients focus the attention too much to the processes, to the technology, to the hardware, and
Mm-hmm.
they forget about the people, right?
Oh.
So I realized that, and I did my best during all of these years to always incorporate people and
Okay.
bring people first, because at the end of
Oh,
the day, everything we're doing is for people.
right, right. Well, that's very different because a lot of people, I think, focus on the technology side of
Correct.
things, right?
Yes,
And forget about the people type of
that
thing.
is correct. And if
Yeah.
you think about it, Gary, that is sometimes the recipe for a disaster, because
Right.
you
Right.
deploy an amazing technology,
Yeah.
beautiful solutions, very effective, very cost effective, but when it gets to the users,
Yeah.
they don't really embrace because they don't know about what is happening. We don't sometimes do a good and proper transition and change management, which is
Hmm.
another key factor on any of the project delivery space.
Right, right, right. So you spent quite a number of years at Worley. I think it was around 17. So
17.
that must have been quite a journey though. Can you tell us more like from your beginning, you like you didn't continue just doing the same thing when you first started. Like you grew through that
Yes.
17 years. So
Oh,
tell
yes.
us about that journey.
Absolutely, Gary. Look, when I came to Worley, I joined the project controls department as a project control specialist.
Hmm.
Um, and the first years I was working on um, helping the department on cost control, project delivery, but then combining my computer and systems engineering skills to actually incorporate new technologies or new applications into how we do uh, the cost control, the planning, the estimation, right?
Hmm.
So I joined the team and started learning about how to really use tools and bring those tools into the day-to-day job. I spent a few years doing that. Then an opportunity opened for me to help Worley, because Worley grew through a mergers and acquisitions, right? So, which means amalgamation of systems and
Right.
processes and people,
Yeah.
right? So I had the opportunity to join. It was called engineering. Was being acquired by Worley,
Hmm.
and I was part of the group who was implementing Oracle at the time,
Hmm.
um, to migrate all of the legacy cold engineering systems into Worley systems, right? So I spent a few years doing that, and from there, I started doing more uh, projects related to technology in different places, not limited to Canada. So, with my communication skills in Spanish and Portuguese, so I was asked, can you help down in Colombia to do an implementation to support the group, also in Brazil. So yeah, I say I help the company to expand there. I had a great opportunity to travel around the world with Worley. So I helped the company to roll out implementation in Spain, for instance,
Hmm.
in Scotland as well.
Wow.
So it was kind of gradual growth, taking on more responsibilities and working with larger and larger groups. So
Hmm.
it was great
Hmm.
for all of these years.
Right, right. So with that experience that you gained, what do you think sets you apart from the competition? Like what comes easy to you that others might find challenging?
Yeah. So one of the main things that I will say, Gary, is um, I have a very easy time to connect with people,
Hmm.
right? And I like that
Hmm.
because you come to me with a problem, right? Whether
Hmm.
it's within a project or this contract or business, and then the first thing is establishing the connection between you and I, right? And
Right.
then you start telling me about the situation, and through that connection, we actually find together a solution. And in the
Hmm.
end, sometimes it's not about me selling you or telling you, let's go with this technology. It's helping you to make the decision what technology what solution is best for you, depending on the challenges that you have,
Right.
that you have, right? So that really set me apart from my colleagues, like, which I respect a lot.
Right.
But that connect, the real connection with people, I think is really really important.
Right, right, right. So just being able to listen to what other people are saying and having that connection, and then building additional rapport and building a stronger relationship looks like
That
it's
is
your
correct.
secret sauce.
That is correct, especially in these days where the artificial intelligence is everywhere, and then everything is getting automated, robots here and there.
Right,
So is I believe that we cannot lose that human touch.
right, right, right. What kind of tips or suggestions would you give someone who wants to be more successful?
Well, consistency is something that you need to be
Hmm.
successful. Um, you need to try it, and you're gonna fail many times.
Hmm.
But by failing is where you really learn, and from those failures is where you can really find uh, success. That is what I would say. Be intentional to what you're doing, and
Right.
believe in yourself. You can do it.
Okay. Well, those are great tips. For anybody who wants to be more successful. I mean, I hear about, fear of failure all the time, type of thing. Like people are
Yes,
afraid to do stuff because they're afraid to fail.
to make mistakes is,
Yes.
and people don't realize that making mistakes is the best way to learn and to grow.
Right, right, right. Exactly. What's one of the biggest challenges that you've had to overcome in your career, and how were you able to turn that into a positive?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges for me at the beginning was coming from my culture, right, from
Hmm.
Colombia
Right.
into Canada, and first of all, understand the culture, understand how things are done here, um, and learn how to connect with people from everywhere. I, Gary, it was not as easy as it is today at the beginning,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Because of this language barrier,
Sure.
it was really challenging to actually kind of break that wall and go out and talk,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So that tip about don't being afraid of making mistakes. At the beginning, I didn't have that, so I was afraid
Okay.
to actually
Yep.
go out and talk
Right.
and fail and probably say the wrong thing. But after I conquer that and I say, you know what? What's the problem? Yeah, I'm a human. I can make mistakes. I'm learning here.
Right.
So after I pass that, then things start getting better and better and better, getting more confident. So I would say that was one of my biggest challenge
Hmm.
in terms of personally speaking. In terms of professionally, I've had a lot of challenges on my projects that I never solved by myself. Was
Right.
always with a cooperation of other people around me,
Right. Yep.
especially my team,
Yep.
all together fixing the problems.
Right. Well, I mean, those are great ideas and thoughts, right? Like you know, to deal with the challenges, and don't be afraid to fail, type of thing. And then, working in a team environment, that's fantastic. It sounds like things are going really well for you and your business as a busy IT professional. A lot of time is spent running, your active business. When looking towards the future, many don't want to be working so hard for that income. So some of them are looking at different ways of creating income and profits outside of actively working. Things like maybe investing in stocks, bonds, crypto, or even using a financial planner or something like that. What are your thoughts about ways of creating income outside of your work and active business?
Yeah, so I think um, one of the things I really like about Canada is that you can trust their financial systems and the tools and the people and the companies within the country. So investing in funds, I think, is a great thing to do. I personally like the idea to the stock markets, right? So
Mm-hmm.
being open to um, try to invest on the TFS and funds and bonds and things like that. So that will diversify your lines of income, right? I
Right.
also believe on just keeping only one line of income is kind of risky. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are disciplined and you have a good advisor, then I think that would be a good. There's a lot of opportunities in this very active market to actually make additional income that way.
Right. Right. Yeah. As we're wrapping up our interview, what kind of exciting plans do you have in the works in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, well, Gary, right at the end of my time at Worley, I was always I always had a dream, to have my own company, right?
Okay.
But this
Okay.
a different might with my touch, which is smart solutions with a human impact, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I worked on it for a long time, and at the end, finally, I got to um, launching my company, Catalyst EQ Solutions, which is
Okay.
a company, consulting company for small and medium companies,
Okay.
businesses, who are going to be going through the process of digital transformation and thinking about it. And so I want to
Mm-hmm.
be there helping them to go through that process. So that is work in progress. So I'm working to
Right.
that, and hopefully within the next 6 months, I'm going to have my company very well established to support
Nice.
businesses here in
Nice.
Canada.
So you're gonna help other businesses to digitally transform
That is correct.
how they do their work. Right on.
That is correct. That is the dream. That is
Yeah. John, that wraps it up today. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your insights and tips with us. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show. And John, if people want to connect with you, what's the best way?
the best way is to connect me to LinkedIn. You can find me there, and my contact information is there. I'm gonna be updating the information there to link to my a company site. But I will say LinkedIn is at the moment the best way to connect with me.
Thank you.
Gary, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a great pleasure to connect with you today.
Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at truenorthsuccessshow.com/guest. We'd love to hear from you.